In a minute.
Thanks, Lenny.
Enjoy, guys.
Thank you. Nice to meet you. Happy Hanukkah. Thank you. Happy Hanukkah. Hey, Sklar Brothers here at one of our childhood, one of our favorite places from childhood. Simon Cohn's. It's a staple. Lenny Kohn. I love that Arby's says we have the meats. Simon Cohn has the meats. Let's go order some latkes. It's Hanukkah.
Guys, got some latkes and applesauce for you guys.
Do you have sour cream? Do you have sour cream?
I'm gonna get some sour cream.
I gotta have sour. Look at these. Oh, man, so good. Like them like a good Oscar-worthy movie. Dark around the edges. Hanukkah was great. Yeah. I mean, we weren't one of those families Jewish families that we knew celebrated both Hanukkah and then a little bit of Christmas too. Only Hanukkah. The gifts we got, I love how there was a lot of socks. Yeah, like day 4, 5, and 6. As a kid, I didn't understand, another pair of socks. Now, as parents where we have to give our kids food. Your creativity on day 6 is, you're like, why did the oil have to last this long? I think my mom once wrapped a pencil that I was using for my homework. It's like, here you go, happy Hanukkah. We try and get back once a year.
Maybe twice a year.
Yeah, now that because of Helium Comedy Club. There's a great comedy club in town, so if we can hit that once a year, we will. I bring my kids back here because they love it. I could leave them at the J for a week. Right. There's the zoo and there's the City Museum, which I would argue. Let's be honest about the City Museum. City Museum is the place. It's a great museum, probably one of the coolest museums ever. But it is one of those places where you will see marriages that are on the cusp of a divorce completely unravel. Because I thought you were watching the kid. He's in the ceiling right now. Great. Can't you climb up there? I can't fit up. Well, you need to stop eating so many latkes at Simon Cohn, and then it's a fight, and then it's a thing, and then at the beginning of every divorce, we're eating all of these latkes. They were props, and we were only supposed to eat one. Which we have 2 podcasts, one called Dumb People Town, and the other is View from the Cheap Seats. Wait, we're getting more food.
This is for you guys, a little filler pastrami. I know your mom's probably got some nice dinner prepared for you, but I'm just going to give you an appetizer.
While we're here in St. Louis, in addition to doing the stand-up this weekend, we're trying to write 10 minutes of material about St. Louis comedy this weekend. We've done that in 9 other cities, so this is our 10th and final city. And then it becomes an audio book on audible.com. Each city is a chapter, and it's like a year in the life of doing stand-up with us and what it's like to be going around the country. So it's super interesting, super creative, called Finding the Funny, which is what we do in every city. And then we're going to pull 5 or 6 minutes out of each city of our comedy that we create, and then make a new comedy album, which we're going to release. And we have a documentary that we did. I don't know if it's going to be in theaters, but it will be available on demand and whatnot. But it's in theaters in 10 cities. It's going to be released on February 16th. It's a documentary about poop, of all things. Poop. It's a very real and honest discussion about why this is a subject. Everybody does it. People don't talk about it. We pretend like we don't do it, and yet it is cities are planned on how to get rid of it. People define themselves by their relationship with it, and yet it's not something we talk about openly. And so we talked to a bunch of our funny friends: Bob Cordry, Eric Stonestreet, Aisha Tyler, Lauren Weedman from The Daily Show. We like to say we didn't really want to make this movie, but it had to come out. Yep. If we would have kept it in, you can't hold a movie like that in because then it makes you sick. It's one of these movies that you will watch it and you will say to yourself, I can't believe I'm still thinking about it and it's affected me and I'm
even while you're eating, which is kind of what you guys are going.
I just ate a piece of pastrami and it didn't bother me.
Didn't bother you?
Didn't bother me at all because we know the subject matter of it. It's a very highbrow look. That is great pastrami because let's face it, fecal matters. Lenny, what do we got?
Okay, we're supposed to have the fried food for Hanukkah.
Yes.
So jelly donuts, sufganiyot they call them.
Just how the Maccabees enjoyed them, right?
That's it. That's how they live. That's why they're not alive anymore. A little bit too much fried food.
That's what got them. The other people couldn't. The Syrian Greeks couldn't take them down, but the fried food
killed them all.
I'm so excited.
All right, guys, enjoy.
Thank you.
Can you give me a sense of kind of what you guys are riffing about now? What you guys are, what's on your mind?
I mean, what do we talk about? We talk about having kids. We talk about the difficulties of balancing both being a parent and trying to do comedy and those things, how they affect our lives. Talk about the world a little bit. We may touch on I don't know how it's going to go over in St. Louis.
Yeah.
But we'll see how
How
touch
world,
on
Trump, and all that other stuff. I know it's touchy material. So we're gonna test those waters and see kind of how people. I think if they're coming out to a comedy club, there's a sense of humor about it, and hopefully they'll understand. And if not,
we'll get into it.
we'll deal with it. Talk a little bit about that, and then just we also feel like the world as it's on its own is kind of getting dumber, and all we have to fight with is like
Comedy.
there's probably a guy in Florida right now naked with a machete pooping in someone's pool who's not his own, and it's an above ground pool. That's happening as we speak.
So we got to deal with it.
Yeah, so we
You
gotta
can't ignore it.
Got to be funny about it.
I mean, it is really amazing to be here at Simon Cohn's because, as kids, our grandmother lived, and we used to go there as
Oxford
kids
Hills?
on Oxford Hills, which is right over here.
JCC.
JCC, where we went to Camp Nat Koppler. We went to preschool at the JCC, this building, this structure over here.
Before it became like an amazing
We
gym.
worked there in the summertime
At the snack
at
bar,
the
the
snack
pool.
bar at the outdoor
Wow.
pool when we were 14 and 15 years old. So we did the walk with Israel, which that was a great event. 4,000 Jews just walking down the street, blocking traffic, wearing Walk with Israel t-shirts, and we wonder why the world hates us.
Right there.
Start with the Walk with Israel.
Move from there.
I mean, the Walk with Israel would come up this way, like
Wow.
a 3.2 mile walk, and you would just see tons of Jews stopping off here.
Here to eat along the way. They're like, I can't do the full 4.2.
Look what just came our way. As if we didn't have enough.
So this is
Did you hear I say all this stuff? Dayenu.
It would have been.
This would have been enough.
Would have been
Lenny.
enough, Lenny. Dayenu.
Never enough.
It's never enough.
Dayenu. Oh my God. I'm in.
We're home. We're home.
We
Thank
did it.
you, Simon Cohn.
We did it.